Good afternoon. Welcome to the OBU School of Nursing annual pinning and lamp lighting ceremony. Thank you so much for joining us for the celebration of our graduating class of 2023. I'm Dr. Stephanie Parker, the chair for the School of Nursing. Today, these students find themselves here as graduates because of the dedicated work of our faculty and staff. I would like to take a moment to introduce those individuals to you who have poured into your student over the last 2 years. Faculty, if you would stand as I call your name, and if you would please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Professor Jamie Brantley. Professor Brantley teaches our foundations in adult health, and she serves as our SNA and our Sigma Theta Tau sponsor. Dr. Robin Brothers. Dr. Brothers teaches behavioral and mental health and community health nursing. Professor Harriet Cooper. Professor Cooper teaches both our community public health nursing and in our leadership course. Dr. Laura Gramling. Dr. Gramling teaches health assessment, foundations, and behavioral mental health nursing. Professor Kathleen Kennedy. She teaches in our foundations and adult health nursing course. Professor Joan Claire Coper teaches pharmacology, pathophys, foundations in our adult health nursing. Professor Abby Richardson, who joined us this semester as our director of simulation. Professor Megan Smith, who teaches nutrition, growth and development, pathophysiology, and pediatric nursing. And Professor Dawn Westbrook, who teaches our maternal newborn and adult health nursing courses. Another important person for us to recognize within the School of Nursing is our administrative assistant, Alicia Archer. All of these contribute to our students and the success of the program and our ceremony. If you would take a moment and just congratulate and applaud for them, please. For our ceremony today, Dr. Heath Thomas, our OBU president, will be giving the opening remarks. Dr. Laramie Dennis, our Dean of Business and Health Science and Education, will give the invocation. Dr. Patty Nelson, Associate Professor of Music Education, has been at the organ providing our music, and we are very thankful and appreciative of everyone who was able to be here for this. Following Dr. Thomas's remarks, Emma Chocolati, Kristen Cottle, Audrey Branham, and Kelly Kirk, members of the class of 2023, will be presenting a musical reflection. And then immediately following the commencement, there will be a reception in the hall right around the corner for us to celebrate our graduates. I want to take a moment, though, to talk to you about our speaker. So today, we are extremely blessed to have our very own Associate Professor of Nursing, Megan Smith, to deliver the pinning address for our graduates. Professor Smith began her teaching career at OBU in 2014. She teaches a variety of courses to freshmen, sophomores, and senior students, including nutrition and development, pathophysiology, care of the child and family, and capstone. She is also heavily involved in our simulation program and has done an amazing job in the interim capacity and in turning that over to Professor Richardson. She earned her Master's of Science in Nursing Education from OBU. She has a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Bob Jones University and is anticipated to earn a Doctorate of Education in Nursing Education in the summer of 2023. Megan is a certified nurse educator, and she is also a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society for Nursing. Her clinical expertise is in the pediatric acute care, and she worked at Oklahoma Children's Hospital for several years on the pediatric surgical unit, the pediatric intensive care unit, and as a pediatric clinical nurse educator before beginning her 9-year tenure at OBU. Megan helped to start the first pediatric nurse residency program at Oklahoma Children's Hospital, which gave her a passion for nursing students and setting them up for success as they transition into professional practice after graduation. Please join me in welcoming Professor Smith.
At this time, I'd like to lead us in an opening prayer. So if you would bow your heads to talk to our Lord together. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we recognize you today as the giver of all good gifts. And today, we celebrate a good gift. Reaching a milestone, using the gifts and talents that you have given each of these graduates and the gifts and talents that you've given to our faculty, and seeing how those have worked together to produce a graduate who is called out into the nursing field. Lord, we pray a special blessing upon this ceremony. Would you be present as we hear and worship and pray together, and as we celebrate? We love you. Teach us how to love you more. In Jesus' most precious and holy name, amen.
Well, I would like to welcome you to this auspicious occasion. Students, it's not Potter Auditorium, but it will do. We're grateful to God that He's allowed us to partner with Emmanuel Baptist Church for this incredible ceremony. I'd like us to consider this afternoon Dr. Edith Eger. She's a 93-year-old psychologist and Holocaust survivor. She wrote an incredible memoir of her experiences called The Choice. And in that, she interviewed survivors of the Holocaust, like her. And then she reflects on what were the common statements or reflections from their experience. From that, she writes this, and I quote her here. She says, "All of the survivors I met had one thing in common with me and with one another. We had no control over the most consuming facts of our lives, but we had the power to determine how we experienced life after trauma." She says later she discovered a powerful insight that's been a touchstone of her life ever since. She says this, quote, we can choose to be our own jailers, or we can choose to be free. We can choose. No matter what life throws at us, we can choose. And family and friends, I can tell you this class, like none other, has experienced trauma. From 2019 to 2023, this class has undergone COVID-19, ice storms, polar vortexes, and now a tornado. But this incredible group has made a choice. They've made a choice to persevere, no matter the hardship, no matter the pain, no matter the trauma. They've chosen to persevere. And students, I just want to, recognize that fact. You are a resilient group. I'll tell you a little bit more about this later on, but I can't tell you how proud we are of you. We're grateful for you, and from the bottom of our heart, we say, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, students. That was beautiful. Good afternoon, graduates, as well as loving family, friends, faculty, and administration. First, I want to acknowledge what an honor it is to get to speak to you all today. In essence, students, I get one last opportunity to teach you and learn alongside you, an opportunity that I most certainly do not take for granted. While this message is primarily for these graduating nursing students, it's also meant to be an encouragement to all of you as well. And I think you can hopefully resonate with the message, and I'm going off script a little bit, but I know God is putting this all together because Dr. Thomas's words tie in well with what the Lord has given me to share with you all too. This isn't Reading Rainbow. I'm not going to give a book report, I promise. But while I was thinking and praying about what to share with you today, the Lord actually brought to mind a story that I first heard in Mrs. Pesha's 3rd grade class when I was 8 years old. This classic work of children's literature is called We're Going on a Bear Hunt. Just a quick show of hands, how many of you in the audience have heard of this story? Okay, quite a few. Though my inner pediatric nurse really wants to read you the entire story, and I did buy it from Amazon and really thought about doing that today, I'm not going to do that. I will restrain myself and give you a brief summary in case you are unfamiliar with the story or need a refresh. So, the book starts out with a family declaring that they're going on a bear hunt. They're going to catch a big one. They declare it to be a beautiful day and then confidently state that they aren't scared about the journey that lies ahead of them. Very soon, however, they encounter their first obstacle: long, wavy grass. They survey the obstacle and quickly surmise that it simply cannot be circumvented. They can't go over the long, wavy grass. They can't go under the long, wavy grass. To continue their hunt, they must go through the long, wavy grass. And so they do. As the book progresses, the family runs into more and more obstacles. A deep, cold river, thick, oozy mud, a big, dark forest, a swirling, whirling snowstorm, and a narrow, gloomy cave. With each new difficulty they encounter, they determine that they can't go over it or under it, but must go through the sticky or scary situation in order to keep working toward their goal. And actually, since I'm treating this as a lesson, I decided to have a little PowerPoint presentation. I know you all usually expect that out of me. So the next slide is just a picture from the book of them wading through the deep, cold river, just to really hit the story home for you. I think illustrations are helpful. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't read the book, they bravely surmount all the scary obstacles and do find a bear at the end. Students, I can't tell you how many times in the course of my 15-year nursing career the Lord has brought this story to mind. As you well know, nursing is hard but rewarding work, filled with various difficulties that we all wish we could circumvent. There have been so many times as a new graduate nurse, as a seasoned bedside nurse, as a clinical nurse educator, as nursing faculty, when I thought, can't I just get around this hard thing? I'd really rather not deal with this. There's got to be another way. And then I would remember the words of that book and would think, Megan, you can't go over this. You can't go under it. You have to go through it. Students, the same has been true for you. You couldn't avoid the rigors of nursing school. You had to go through them to get to your goal. And look where you are now. Individually and collectively, you had to travail the challenges along the path to becoming a nurse. The same will be true for you as you become new graduate nurses and begin your professional nursing practice, abounding with all its unique joys as well as hazards. The rest of what I want to share with you today is really rooted in my very recent doctoral research, which you, students, whether you knew it or not, heavily inspired. You see, I've been taking students to pediatric clinical rotations for 9 years now. And early on in my faculty career, I would see a handful of students every year have a really difficult time, often spiritually and emotionally, and rightfully so, with certain acute care experiences. Children who were maltreated and neglected, children in DHS custody, angry, aggressive parents, children with debilitating mental health disorders, children with serious and even terminal health conditions like cancer or organ failure or cystic fibrosis. The list goes on and on. Students, I fully validate that these are hard things to encounter. And I found anecdotally that some of my students just had a really difficult time facing those hard things. And my heart was drawn to those students. I knew those hard things were unavoidable parts of pediatric nursing, but I wanted to figure out how to better help all of my students go through those hard things well. And so, for the past few months, I've been interviewing students from all over the country about their experiences with this phenomenon called secondary traumatic stress, trying to figure out what causes it, how students cope with it, and what they think their nursing schools could do to better help them cope with these unavoidably hard and heavy things. Secondary traumatic stress can arise after even one encounter of caring for someone who is suffering or traumatized. And it's thought to be an unavoidable hazard of entering into a professional, caring relationship. I want to say from the outset, students, and I know this is no surprise to you, but as nurses, you're going to experience hard things. Just like Dr. Thomas alluded to the fact that you've already experienced a lot of hard things as students. But you're going to experience hard things as nurses, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Things that you would rather go over or under or avoid in any way you can. But God has called you as nurses to enter into the hard and heavy with your patients, to go through these things and help your patients make it to the other side along with you. So for the remainder of my time, as my final lesson for you all, I want to share with you recommendations from my own experience, as well as what I've discovered in current research literature that will help you go through the hard things well, without sacrificing your own health and well-being in the process. And because we are holistic beings created in the image of God, I thought I would break these recommendations down holistically, addressing habits of mind, body, and spirit. So I'm going to switch to my next slide here. Just, again, I think the visuals, I'm a teacher, so visuals help it stick a little bit more, hopefully. So first, the habit of mind. Dwell in a compassion, satisfaction state of mind. The research literature refers to the pleasure that nurses get from helping others as compassion satisfaction. Compassion satisfaction is known to counteract or counterbalance compassion fatigue, which is often equated with secondary traumatic stress. Compassion satisfaction is an attitude. It's feeling fulfilled, knowing that even in some small way, God has enabled you by the power of His Spirit to have helped your patient move toward wholeness and find meaning and purpose in life that leads to joy and hope. When the constant caring and pouring yourself out has you feeling drained and your mind filled with thoughts of defeat and doubt and exhaustion, compassion satisfaction is what comes along and reminds you that you did make a difference to the glory of God, even if you can't readily see or feel it. Compassion satisfaction as a believer reminds you who you are ultimately serving. Maintaining an attitude that finds satisfaction in looking to the needs of others reminds me of Philippians 2:3-5, which says, "Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each one of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others." Healthy nurses, in part, find joy and satisfaction in serving and helping others. Dwell in a compassion satisfaction state of mind. Next, the body. My recommendation for you to be able to face hard things well is to seek both relational and recreational refreshment. First, relational refreshment, meaning be in community. Get to know your coworkers, but also maintain healthy relationships outside of your work environment. God did not intend for you to navigate the challenges of life, let alone the nursing profession, solo. Remember the main characters who were going on a bear hunt? It wasn't just one person going through all those obstacles alone. It was a family. They all walked through the long, wavy grass, the deep, cold river, the thick, oozy mud, the big, dark forest, the swirling, whirling snowstorm, and the narrow, gloomy cave. Together, hand in hand. Students, you need the support of your family and friends and coworkers. Don't try and navigate these hard things alone. Don't isolate yourself. Ask for help. Seek community. Seek regular relational refreshment. Second, in relation to the body, seek recreational refreshment. In other words, have fun. On your days off, go for a run, bake a cake, listen to an interesting podcast, read a good book, paint a masterpiece, or something close to a masterpiece, whatever that means for you. Go to a concert, eat a good meal, whatever it may be, you get the idea. Enjoy this beautiful physical world the Lord has created and given you to inhabit and experience. Just like relationship, recreation is necessary to help keep you grounded and healthy and equipped to go through the hard things. Last but not least, and my personal favorite, the Spirit. More than anything, students, you were created to be in intimate relationship with your Creator. And none of the other intentional habits of mind and body ultimately matter if you don't first and foremost address your own spiritual health on a daily basis. Students, fix your eyes on Jesus every day. Abide in Jesus every day. You will not be able to navigate the hard things well without a humble dependence on Christ. He is near. He is with you. Every second of every minute of every hour of every day, He is with you. So what are some practical ways to be spiritually healthy? First, make prayer a priority. I would encourage you to pray before and during every shift. From my very first shifts as a new graduate nurse to my shifts as a seasoned PICU nurse, I remember sitting in the parking garage in my car by myself at OU Medical Center before every shift, crying out to God for His guidance and provision. I begged Him for wisdom and found sweet comfort in knowing that He had ordained every patient and family encounter I would experience that shift. And the shift would come, and the praying would continue. I basically carried on a conversation with God throughout my shift. God, I feel so overwhelmed. Help me know what to do next. I'm scared. I'm anxious. Help me know when to ask for help. God, give me the words to say to this hurting family. I don't know what to say. God, help me keep my patients safe. Help me stay on alert for complications. Give me eyes to see and ears to hear and a mind that understands what's happening around me. These are simple but powerful prayers that the Lord delights to answer as you prepare for and walk through your shifts. So make prayer a priority. Second, saturate your heart and mind with truth. And that's truth with a capital T. Be in the Word regularly, daily. Be men and women who know and treasure God's Word. Another way to saturate your heart and mind in truth is through music. Listen to worship music, particularly before and after your shifts. I know many nurses who listen to worship music on their way to work to help set their minds on truth and encourage them and center them on the real why behind what they are about to do that day or night. The more you hear truth and take it in its various forms, the more it just floods your heart and mind and leaves no room for unfounded fears and doubts. Saturating your heart and mind with truth will help you be able to pour yourself out to those who are suffering and hurting without running dry yourself. Christ is an endless supply of living water. Saturate your heart and mind with truth. Finally, in relation to spiritual health, find a church and get plugged in. You desperately need to fellowship and worship with other believers. Church is a place to learn and serve and grow. Even if you're working every weekend, every other weekend, find a Bible study you can connect to or go to an alternative service. Don't neglect regularly gathering together with other believers to worship in song and word and prayer together. You need that for your own spiritual health. Regularly engaging in both personal and corporate worship will equip you and encourage you to take up the full armor of God as you walk through the hard things day in and day out. Every day, you need to don the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, shoes veiled with the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. The whole armor of God is designed to protect you and to help you go through the hard things. Face them head on and remain joyful, healthy, and able to keep faithfully battling day in and day out. So, as with the end of any good lesson, it's good to revisit the main points and just make sure they really soak in and stick. So we're going to do that real quick. In order to be adequately equipped to navigate through the hard things, develop these habits of mind, body, and spirit. Mind, dwell in a compassion, satisfaction state of mind. Find joy and pleasure in serving others to the glory of God. Body, seek both relational and recreational refreshment. Live in community with others and have fun. In spirit, invest in your own spiritual health. Make prayer a priority. Saturate your heart and mind with truth. Find a church and get plugged in, and daily don the full armor of God. Developing these habits of mind, body, and spirit are essential to your own health and well-being and ultimately impact your ability to care well for those God brings along your path. Students, and very soon to be nurses, as much as we as your faculty want to shield you from the hard things, we cannot. You have experienced many hard things already, and the reality is that there are more to come, as well as many joys. So when the thick, oozy mud pits, swirling, whirling snowstorms, and big, dark forests pop up and threaten your path forward, remember that you are fully equipped to go through them. Every day is a beautiful day. Don't be scared. Do the next right thing and enjoy the great adventure that your sovereign and loving God has purposed and planned for you. He does all things well. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Smith. That was just so encouraging, taking care of, our patients, mind, body, and spirit, but also ourselves as nurses, as children of God. I just wanted to take a few moments to talk to you about the ceremony of what we're doing today. You see all these pins on stage, you see all the lamps. What does all this mean? Why are we here? Well, this is a ceremony which celebrates you students from your transition as a student nurse to a professional RN, a professional nurse. As one nurse stated, the Pinning in Light ceremony provides an opportunity for students to reflect on their collective spiritual and intellectual journey. It reminds us all of our place in the profession long committed to minister to the needs of the most vulnerable in society, right? The sick, the ill. And then that sacred trust vested in us, since Jesus first called his followers to care for the ill and the injured. The first pinning ceremony actually occurred in the 1800s. In 1860, some of you have heard of Florence Nightingale. The Nightingale School of Nursing at St. Thomas Hospital in London, England. Florence, our students have probably heard her name so many times, but we consider her really to be the founder of modern nursing. And she actually awarded some of her students for nursing excellence. And so we carry on that tradition by pinning each of our students at the ceremony today. And over time, many schools have also adopted this practice of giving pins to their graduates. The stated purpose is to identify you nurses, student nurses, now professional nurses, as educated men and women who serve the healthcare needs of society. So today, when nurses wear many types of clothing, you'll see them in the hospital. We used to wear white uniforms, we used to wear the white caps. Those are rarely seen now, but you may see a nursing pin, which is a distinctive mark of nursing excellence and service to others, service to our patients. This pin allows patients and others to identify a source of the nurse's education and the degree attained. So what does the OBU pin look like? Well, the Oklahoma Baptist University School of Nursing pin was actually designed by members of the first graduating class back in 1956, 67 years ago. And the artist rendering of the pin is actually on the back of your program, if you look. The pin is a white Roman cross on a black background. And you know, most nursing pins have a Greek cross, but the Roman cross was specifically chosen as an OBU symbol, for the OBU pin, as a symbol of Christianity. And so we believe it's a fitting symbol of the professional practice of the OBU nurse. Only registered nurses graduating from OBU wear this unique pin. And so we have the pins. Well, we also have these lamps over here. The nursing lamp dates also back to the 1850s, and its significance is directly also attributed to Florence Nightingale. During the Crimean War, as she performed her nightly rounds, Florence would carry her lantern up and down the barracks, nearly 4 miles. 4 miles she would carry her lantern, and she would tend to her patients in the barracks. So her tireless care and compassion towards these wounded warriors quickly earned her the title Lady of the Lamp. And so the lamp that the graduates will receive today not only symbolizes the care and compassion for humanity that is so central to the nursing profession, but it also symbolizes OBU's desire to send nurses out into a very dark world to be a light for Christ. So I will leave you with Jesus' words to his followers in Matthew 5:14-16. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth life unto all that are in a house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Jensen Arnold. While at OBU, Jensen was a member of Kappa Phi Beta, Campus Activity Board, Blitz Week, and Mortar Board. She served in leadership roles in the School of Nursing Students Nurses Association and Welcome Week. She achieved Dean's Honor Roll and was inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. Jensen has accepted a position in the emergency room at St. Francis Hospital in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Congratulations, Jensen.
Reagan Benton. Reagan achieved the President's Honor Roll, membership in Mortar Board, Omicron, Delta, Kappa, as well as Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, Reagan was a member of Residential Life, Sparrow Project, and the Student Nurses Association. She mentored peers in the Student Success Center and participated in global outreach trips to North Africa and Zambia. Reagan was awarded the Nightingale Nursing Award and Outstanding Senior Nursing Award. She will graduate summa cum laude with a minor in cross-cultural ministry. Reagan will marry Anthony this summer, move to Wake Forest, North Carolina, and begin working at Duke University on a cardiothoracic step-down unit. Her future plans include the completion of seminary and doctorate of nursing practice. Congratulations, Reagan.
Audrey Branham. Audrey achieved the Dean's Honor Roll and President's Honor Roll, membership in Omicron Delta Kappa, as well as Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, Audrey was a member of Honors Council for OBU's Honors Program, Tom Ellis Center for Missions, International Student Association, and the Student Nurses Association. She mentored peers in the Student Success Center, participated in Mission Exchange Children's Outreach, and was the assistant faith column editor for the Bison News. Audrey was awarded the Gail Burling Memorial Nursing Scholarship and will graduate with honors. Audrey will marry Hudson Olmstead this summer and will begin working at Integris Southwest in the neonatal intensive care unit. Her future plans include pursuing advanced practice degree. Congratulations, Audrey.
Jordan Brown. During her time at OBU, Jordan was a member of Kappa Phi Beta, Steering Committee, Blitz Week, and Campus Activities Board. She has served in a leadership role in the Student Nurses Association. She was inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society and achieved Dean's Honor Roll. Jordan has accepted a position at Integris Baptist Medical Center in the pediatric unit. Congratulations, Jordan.
Taylor Cherry Brown. Taylor achieved the Dean's Honor Roll and President's Honor Roll and was recently inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, Taylor was a member of OBU track and field team. She was the 2021 Great American Conference champion in the 100-meter hurdles and the 2022 and 2023 Great American Conference team champions. She was the recipient of the Great American Conference Distinguished Scholar Athlete Award. She will graduate magna cum laude with a minor in Spanish. Taylor served as the OBU track and field representative on the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and participated in global outreach trip to Quito, Ecuador, where she had the opportunity to shadow nurses and clinical staff in hospitals as well as care for teen moms and their children. Taylor has accepted a position in the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit at Integris Baptist Medical Center, where she can advance her nursing practice in an engaging and challenging environment while spreading Jesus' love to the boys and girls she will care for. Her future plans include travel nursing, pursuing a master's in nursing, medical missions, and eventually a family of her own. Congratulations, Taylor.
Paisley Burns. Paisley achieved the President's and Dean's Honor Roll. During her 4 years at OBU, she was a member of the cheerleading and stunt team. Paisley has accepted a position on the Surgical Specialty Unit at Oklahoma Children's Hospital. Congratulations, Paisley.
Marielle Buttram. Marielle achieved the Honor Roll and membership in Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, she volunteered in her church as well as various community events as coordinator. She worked as a tech at St. Anthony's Shawnee ICU, Integris Portland ICU, Shawnee Tecumseh Vision Source, and Cherokee Nation Hastings Hospital Outpatient Optometry. Marielle has accepted a position at OU Hospital in the Neuro-Intensive Care Unit. Congratulations, Marielle.
Emma Chocolati. Emma has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and was a member of Kappa Phi Beta. Emma plans to move back to her home in Colorado Springs and pursue her career as a nurse on a cardiothoracic medical surgical unit. Congratulations, Emma.
Elise Clark. Elise has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and was a member of the OBU volleyball and tennis teams. She participated in Bison Buddies during her time at OBU. In addition, Elise worked as a patient care tech at Integris Baptist Medical Center on the postpartum unit, as well as worked in the nursery at Crossings Community Church. Elise will graduate with a minor in Spanish and has accepted a position in the neonatal intensive care unit at Oklahoma Children's Hospital. Congratulations, Elise.
Kristen Cottle. During her time at OBU, Kristen has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and worked as a nurse technician at Integris Baptist Medical Center. Kristen has accepted a position at Bethany Children's Health Center on the Complex Care Unit. Congratulations, Kristen.
Kaylee Duran. Kaylee has been on the President's and Dean's Honor Rolls and was inducted into the Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. She was the recipient of the Elizabeth G. Moore Scholarship. During her time at OBU, Kaylee was a member of Pi Sigma Phi Social Club. Kaylee has accepted a position at Norman Regional Healthplex as a women's and children's nurse where she will provide the best care to women, moms, babies, and children. Her future plans include returning to school to obtain a master's in nursing and hopes to move back to Texas one day to be closer to her family as well as to trust what the Lord has in store for her. Congratulations, Kaylee.
Katie Hart Fowler. Katie has been on the President's and Dean's Honor Rolls all 4 years and is a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. She was awarded the School of Nursing Academic Excellence Award this spring. During her time at OBU, Katie has been a member of the OBU women's soccer team and served as the team's captain during the 2022 fall and spring season. She was awarded the All-Academic Team from the NCAA Division II Women's Soccer Program in fall of 2021 and fall of 2022. While in nursing school, Katie worked as a nurse technician and nurse extern at Oklahoma Children's Hospital. She has accepted a position in the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit at Oklahoma Children's Hospital and plans to return to school to become a nurse practitioner. Congratulations, Katie.
Brittany Ann Freeman. Brittany achieved the President's Honor Roll and was inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. She was awarded the Outstanding Freshman Award and the Women of Vision Leadership Scholarship in 2021. During her time at OBU, Brittany served in the Student Ministry Office as well as the Student Ministry Team Service Chair. She was a member of the HERD, Kappa Phi Beta, Campus Activities Board, and Student Nurses Association. She was the co-chair for the Global Outreach and chaplain for Kappa Phi Beta. Brittany will begin her career in the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit at OU Children's Hospital. Her future plans include participating in the Journeyman program with her husband, where she hopes to do medical missions. Congratulations, Brittany.
Caitlin Elizabeth Glasgow. During her time at OBU, Caitlin has been on the Dean's Honor Roll. She participated in the Student Nurses Association and worked as a nurse technician at Integris Baptist Medical Center in the float pool and in the night in NICU. Caitlin has accepted a position at Integris Southwest Medical Center in the Labor and Delivery Postpartum Unit. She plans to live in Yukon with her husband and her future daughter. Congratulations, Caitlin. .
Caleb Ray Griffin. Caleb has been on the President's and Dean's Honor Roll and is a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During his time at OBU, Caleb has been a member of the Bison Brigade and participated in multiple global outreach trips. He is a 5-time intramural champion. Caleb actively serves in his local church, New Hope Baptist Church, in the Children's Church. While in nursing school, he has worked at SSM Shawnee in the emergency room. Caleb has accepted a position at Integris Southwest in the emergency room and is getting married in September. Congratulations, Caleb.
Jesse Harris. Jesse has been on the President's Honor Roll and is a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, Jessie has been a member of the Student Nurses Association and worked as a float pool nurse technician at Integris Baptist. Jessie is moving to Oklahoma City, where she will begin her career at Mercy Hospital in the operating room. Congratulations, Jessie.
Elizabeth Grace Jones. Liz has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and a member of OBU's track and field team. During her time at OBU, Liz participated in Bison Buddies and worked as a float pool nurse technician at Integris Baptist Medical Center. Liz plans to continue her education and use her experience on the mission field. Congratulations, Liz.
Emily Beth Julian. Emily has been on the President's and Dean's Honor Rolls, as well as the Athletic Director's Honor Roll. She has been a member of OBU's track and field team all 4 years and participated in Bison Buddies. During her time at OBU, Emily worked as a nurse tech at SSM and Integris Baptist Medical Center. She has accepted a position at Oklahoma Children's Hospital on the Surgical Specialty Unit. Congratulations, Emily.
Kate Cates. Kate has been on the President's Honor Roll, Hanging of the Green Nursing Honoree, and is a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. She served as secretary of the Student Nurses Association and worked in the OBU Information Desk and ROC. Kate plans to work in a pediatric doctor's office in Kansas City, Missouri. Her future plans include obtaining a certification as a lactation consultant to help mothers grow in confidence in breastfeeding. Congratulations, Kate.
Kelly Elizabeth Kirk. During her time at OBU, Kelly was a member of Pi Sigma Phi and was involved in intramurals games on campus. She also served in assisting with libero tracking for the OBU volleyball team. She worked as a nanny for a family in the Shawnee community, as well as a nurse technician at St. Mary's in Enid during this past summer. Kelly plans to move to Oklahoma City in June, where she will begin her career in the intensive care unit at Mercy Hospital. Her plans include getting married this winter. Congratulations, Kelly.
Caitlin Elizabeth Lee. During Caitlin's time at OBU, she served in residential life and was a member of Kappa Phi Beta and Campus Activities Board. She has actively served in the Kids Church at Frontline Shawnee. Caitlin will begin the residency program at Mercy Hospital, where she has accepted a position in the emergency room. Congratulations, Caitlin.
Allison Joy Lewis. During her time at OBU, Allie served as a community leader in residential life. She was senior co-chair of Blitz Week and historian of Mortar Board. Allie was awarded the Chris Hines Memorial Nursing Scholarship. She plans to move back to Colorado to take the NCLEX licensure exam and live every day in the goodness of our great God and see where he takes her. Congratulations, Allie.
Abigail Page McGehee. Abigail was inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, Abigail was a member of the Student Nurses Association, Welcome Week Steering Committee, Blitz Week, and Kappa Phi Beta. Abigail plans to move back to Tulsa, become Mrs. Stout in June, and start working at Oklahoma Heart Institute as a cardiac nurse in July. Congratulations, Abigail.
Elise Middleton. Elise has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and was awarded the Pam Ferguson Malloy Scholarship. She was an intramural soccer champion and actively participated in Rock the World. While in school, Elise nannied for 3 years and currently works for St. Francis Children's Hospital on the pediatric oncology floor. Following graduation, Elise will begin working on an oncology hospice unit in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Congratulations, Elise.
Nolan Frank Proctor. Nolan was a member of Phi Theta Kappa and participated in club soccer during his time at OBU. He currently works as a licensed practical nurse at Express Wellness in Shawnee. Nolan has accepted a position in the emergency room at OU. His future plans include furthering his education and specializing in emergency care. Congratulations, Nolan.
Carrington Gentryl Rogers. Carrington has been on the Dean's Honor Roll, NCA Collegiate All-American, and is a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. She is an athlete on OBU's competitive cheer and stunt teams and was a 2021 NCA national champion. She served as secretary and treasurer on OBU's Black Student Union and is an ambassador for Black Girls Cheer. While in school, Carrington worked as a tumbling coach at Gravity Power Tumbling, as well as child care provider in a Tulsa facility. Carrington plans to move back home to be with family and begin her career at Ascension St. John Medical Center in Tulsa. Congratulations, Carrington.
Lindsay Tooley. Lindsay has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and was recently inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. During her time at OBU, Lindsay was a member of Student Nurses Association and actively served in the preschool ministry at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Lindsay worked as a nurse technician on the mother-baby unit at Integris Baptist Medical Center and has accepted a position on that same unit. Congratulations, Lindsay.
Paris Bria Van Dyne. Paris has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and is graduating with a minor in business administration. During her time at OBU, Paris has volunteered at St. Anthony's. She is a current partner in a nonprofit organization that teaches self-defense to young adults and helps to incorporate a self-defense program for nurses. She currently works as a licensed practical nurse in an ICU medical surgical unit. Paris plans to continue her education and earn a doctorate of nursing practice. Congratulations, Paris.
Maggie West. During her time at OBU, Maggie served in residential life and was a member of Campus Activity Board. She served as co-chair for Canterbury. Maggie worked at Bethany Children's Health Center while in nursing school and has accepted a position at OU Children's in the emergency department. Congratulations, Maggie.
Logan Forrest White. During his time at OBU, Logan worked as a nurse technician and most recently began working as a tech in the emergency room. Logan plans to work as a nurse in the emergency department. Congratulations.
Amanda Wilkins. Amanda has been on the Dean's Honor Roll and served as Big Sister and mentor for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Oklahoma program in Shawnee. She worked as a nurse technician at OU Children's and a nurse extern for the Stevenson Cancer Center. Amanda plans to move back to Dallas, Texas to start her career in women's services and finally be able to be surrounded by family again. Congratulations, Amanda.
some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his home. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn. So hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn. So hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. 'Cause we are a family whose hearts are blazing. So let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, deceived and poor. So hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle, go light your world. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn. So hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your
Good evening. In preparation for today's charge, I was reminded of a parent, Professor Brentley, and I encountered at a Bison Day event a few years ago. He was a physician at a hospital here in Oklahoma. He told us that his daughter wanted to be a nurse so badly, but he had major reservations. He stated every day he sees firsthand the hardships of nursing. He witnesses the burnout, frustration, and sometimes feelings of hopelessness the nurses feel, all while trying to provide care to vulnerable populations. He said, why should he encourage his daughter to choose nursing? What would we do to protect his daughter from becoming the nurse who over time becomes almost robotic in an attempt at self-preservation? I'm going to be honest, Professor Brantley and myself looked at the father puzzled. I believe we gave a generic response, and he nodded and went on visiting different tables and schools represented in the GC. But later, as the Bison Day came to an end, we saw the father as we were walking across campus, and Professor Brantley stopped him and said, "Sir, can we speak to you for a minute? We understand your concern completely. You're exactly right. Unfortunately for some, what you mentioned earlier is a sad reality. But here at OBU, we see nursing as a career God has called you to do, and we integrate our faith into our coursework and practicums. We discuss scenarios that cause us and the students to reflect on our faith." Professor Brantley boldly stated, "I cannot promise you that your daughter will not have hard days as a nurse, but I can assure you that she will leave here with the tools necessary to navigate the difficult times ahead." At that very moment, a peace came over the father as he smiled and gently said, "Thank you." Every day, you read in the news all of the hardships of nursing. The majority of you have even experienced it firsthand, working as techs on the floor or during clinicals. Nurses are leaving the profession. Nurses are experiencing burnout because they're overworked, physically and mentally exhausted, feel as if they are not heard or appreciated. So why choose nursing? In order to answer this question, you have to know three things: who you are, whose you are, and why you are. Who are you? You are children of God by faith, and if we are children of God, then you are heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ. You have to know who you are. You are not going to just be a nurse, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people. You are not like the world. You're set apart. So you see the importance of knowing who you are. When you know who you are, your identity is sealed. You are who God says you are. When you know who you are, then there is confidence in knowing whose you are. Ephesians teaches us that He, God, is our Father. And John 3:1 reads, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God." Once you know who you are and whose you are, you must then know why you are. What does that even mean? It simply means, why do you exist? Why you were created? Why God saw fit for you to be here, sitting in this place today, anxiously awaiting to be penned, which you all just did. God tells Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you and ordained you." Then he goes on later in Jeremiah to say, "For I know the plans I have for you, not to harm you, but plans to give you hope and a future." Earlier I asked, so why choose nursing? But now you should see that you did not choose nursing. God chose you for nursing. Does that mean that everything will be easy and there will never be difficult days? No. Does that mean that there will always be sunshine and no rain? Absolutely not. Because Jesus said, in this world you will have tribulation. But then he immediately gave an encouragement by adding, but be of good cheer, because I have overcome the world. So I encourage you all with this. If God be for you, who can be against you? Go forth, young people, and continue to press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Jesus Christ. And I'll end it with this. Charles Wesley wrote it best in this famous hymn. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my master's will. May God bless you and keep you.
Students, I think you are well loved. We are all so passionately, so thankful that we have had such a time in your life. Thank you, Professor Cooper. That was amazing. So I want to leave you with some words that Paul gave in his letter to the Ephesians as we close out this time together. So in Ephesians 3:14 through 19, Paul said, "For this reason, I kneel before the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth derives its name. I pray that out of his glorious riches, that he may strengthen you with power through his Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power, together with all the Lord's holy people, to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God." Will you pray with me? Heavenly Father, we just thank you again for this day, this time of celebration, Lord, and just the final stamp on this time that these students have committed to working hard and to being diligent and to pouring out your love to others. And Father, I pray that you would take them from this place, that you would equip them and continue to be with them and to grow them, to call to mind the things that they've heard today from each person. And Father, go with them in this new journey and in this new time. In your name we pray. So after the recessional, would you please join us for the reception? It's in the reception hall in the student building. It's to your right through these doors. And if you'll wait till they process and then join us. You're all free to go.